Hey everyone, before we dive into strain theory, let's first talk about what crime really actually is. Crime refers to action or behavior that break the law of society. These actions are seen as harmful or dangerous, and they can range from minor offense like theft or more serious crimes such as violence. Now, why do people commit crime? There are many theories to explain this, and today I'll focus on one called strain theory, driven by sociological Robert Martin in the 1930s. Strain theory says that people commit crime because they experience stress or pressure, also known as strain, when they can't achieve socially accepted goals. To understand stray theory, we need to first recognize that society often set a certain goal for people. This goal can be things like financial success, owning a house, or having a stable career. The problem is that not everyone has the same opportunities to achieve these goals. When people can reach these goals through legal or traditional means, it creates a sense of frustration or strain. According to strain theory, this strain leads some people to commit crime as a way of achieving these goals. Martin described 5 different ways people respond to strain when they can't reach their goal. Conformity. Most people try to follow this rule even if they struggle, they keep working hard in the hope of eventually reaching their goals. Innovation. Some people come up with new ways to reach their goals, and sometimes these ways involve crime. For example, someone might turn to selling drugs or thief to make money because they can't find a good job. Ritualism. This is when people give up on the big goals like becoming rich but still follow society rules. They might continue working in low paying job without expecting much more. Patriotism. These people completely give up on both the goals and the rules. They may turn to drug abuse or other self-destructive behavior as a way to escape. Rebellion. Rebels reject the goal and the rules of society altogether. They try to create new goals and ways of living which might include radical movement or action of protest. Strain theory also highlights the impact of economic and social pressures. In societies where there is a big gap between rich and poor, people from poorer backgrounds often feel more strained because they can't access the same opportunity. They might lack education, job prospect, or social support. This pressure can push them toward illegal activities in an attempt to survive or achieve the success that society promotes. According to strain theory, committing a crime is a way for some people to cope with the stress they're feeling. If they believe that there's no way to achieve success through hard work or legal means, crime becomes a tempting option. It's not that these individuals are naturally criminal, but rather they feel pushed into it by their circumstance. One way to reduce crime, according to strain theory, is by addressing the inequality and pressure that cause strain. For example, improving access to education, offering better job opportunities, or providing social service could help reduce the frustration that leads people to crime. By giving everyone a fair chance to succeed, society can lessen the pressure that push people toward illegal activities. So, to wrap things up, Strange Theory explained that crime happens when people feel pressure or frustrated by the gap between their goals and their opportunities to achieve them. While some people stick to the rules, others turn to crime to get what they want or to escape from their strain. By understanding this pressure and addressing the root causes of inequality, we can help prevent crime in the long run.